Hello everyone. In this video clip, we will discuss sources of noise. There are various sources from which the noise gets generated and gets added to the information signal or signal of interest in communication system. Noise is nothing but an unwanted electrical disturbance which will give rise to audible or visual disturbances in the communication systems and errors in digital communication. If you remember, you must have noticed the presence of noise in many communication systems in terms of either audible signal or visual disturbance. In simple words, noise is unwanted signal. It is unwanted electrical disturbance, which ideally should be zero, should not get added to the signal of interest. But noise arises from various types of sources and takes a lot of efforts to reduce the amount of noise or the presence of noise. In all practical systems, noise will be present and it cannot be avoided completely. Let us discuss what are the various sources of noise. This will give a better understanding on what exactly this unwanted signal is that we are talking about. Broadly, we can categorize the sources of noise into two types: external sources and internal sources. We will discuss what are the external sources of noise. Now, how this categorization has taken place. External noise source will be a source which will be present outside the communication system, and due to the external factors, the noise gets generated and gets mixed up with the signal of interest in the communication system. Internal sources will be those which will be present inside the system in the form of, let's say, for example, the system components. All the electric components give rise to source noise at room temperature. So this noise that comes from within the component or communication system will be called internal noise. So these are the two types: external source and internal source. To keep the external noise away from entering into the communication system is easier compared to keeping internal noise away, because by very nature external noise is outside the system, and hence there are various ways in which it can be kept away. It can be prevented from entering into the system. But because internal noise gets generated within the system, it becomes very difficult to avoid internal noise. External noise can be further divided into natural noise and man-made noise. Let us quickly go through natural external noise sources and then man-made sources, and then we will go through variety of noise sources under internal noise. Let us discuss natural sources of noise. The natural phenomena that give rise to noise are electronic storms, for example, solar flares, radiation that takes place in space, etc. The noise received by the receiving antenna from the natural sources can be reduced by repositioning of the antenna. So if I change the position of the antenna, I may reduce the amount of noise that comes from either solar flares or radiation in space, etc. The noise originating from sun and the other outer space is known as extraterrestrial noise. So the natural noise can be further divided into two categories. One is extraterrestrial noise, and the second type will be the noise originating from the sun and the outer space is known as extraterrestrial noise. So we have this special source of noise that gets originated from the sun and the outer space. Now this is called extraterrestrial noise. And extraterrestrial noise can be further divided into two types. One is called solar noise. Obviously the solar noise will be the one that is originated by the sun, and the second type is called cosmic noise. Our sun, being a large body at very high temperatures, radiates a lot of noise. The temperature changes follow a cycle of 11 years. Therefore, the period of great electrical disturbances also repeat after every 11 years. So that's the first type, which is the solar noise. The cosmic noise comes from the stars. This is identical to the noise radiated by sun, and because stars also are large hot bodies, and hence the cosmic noise is similar to the solar noise. The noise is called as blackbody noise, and it is distributed uniformly over the entire sky. We also receive noise from the center of our galaxy and other galaxies and other virtual point sources such as pulsars, etc.